Валентина Скультэ, английский для детей, страница 350, 36.й урок, вторая часть, the 36th lesson, the friar continued. Meanwhile, the little red figure was creeping steadily forward along the slippery, narrow canals. Mr. Christine stood motionless, pale as death, with beating heart and white cheeks. "Father, I can't stand still any longer," Sam whispered. "I'll fetch a mattress." "Don't move, Sam. You may attract her attention, and she'll lose her balance. Keep still," the doctor said. "They say he locked her upstairs," one woman said to another. "Shut up," Mr. Dale hissed, looking fiercely at the woman. But the doctor did not hear anything. He could not take his eyes off the little figure in red. At last the canis was left behind, and Lily slid cautiously down the old water-spout. A minute more, and the girl was in the arms of her father, who was now kissing her. The crowd roared with delight. 3 cheers for the little heroine, 3 cheers for the doctor. Страница 351. And the crowd gave 3 mighty cheers. Hip, 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 hooray! Suddenly the wind changed, and a huge flame puffed out of all the windows. "That was a narrow escape," one of the men said. "He is a lucky man, our doctor is," another said. "He sure is," an old farmer echoed. "If he had not left his spectacles at home, that girl of his would have been burnt alive by now. They say the wooden staircase has been in flames for the last half hour, and there is no other way up or down. He sure is a lucky man." "You've mixed up everything, Grandpa," one young man said, laughing. "You're a bit deaf, I'm afraid. What did you say? I must know all the details to tell my old woman," the old man said, turning to the laughing youth. "I say, Grandpa, that such a girl is worth 2 brave boys," the young man shouted, looking with admiration at the doctor and Lily, who were now pushing their way towards Mr. Dale's car. They got into the car. Mr. Christine did not want Lily to see the friar. The girl was already too upset and excited. But Lily managed to put her head out of the car window and look back. She saw a swarm of people scurrying to and fro around the house. Some were carrying pails of water, others were doing something at the fire cock. "Daddy, look, what are they doing there?" she asked in surprise, tugging her father by the sleeve. "Who, dear, those people? Well, they're carrying water, if I'm not mistaken. But take a seat, Pet. Mr. Dale's starting the engine. Look, he's quite ready already," said Mr. Christine, trying to divert Lily's attention from the burning house. Страница 352. No sooner had Mr. Dale's car disappeared around the corner than the fire engine came into sight. With such a hooting, a clattering, shouting, jingling, and bustle, the firemen surrounded the burning building, which looked by now like a gigantic castle made of red and yellow flame. The fire brigade arrived too late. The house was burnt to the ground. "Where are we going, Daddy?" Lily asked, still too bewildered and not quite herself yet. You've won the bet, and Mr. Dale is taking you up to town to buy you the biggest box of chocolate we can find there," Mr. Christine said, kissing her again and again. "Are you so very glad you've won that bet, Daddy?" Lily asked, looking at him in surprise. "I've never been so glad in all my life," the doctor said, pressing his little girl to his heart. Indeed, he had not words. Forward, вперед, motionless, неподвижный, to attract, привлекать, balance, равновесие, to lock, запирать, shut up, замолчи, fierce, свирепый, delight, восторг, to cheer, кричать ура, a cheer, крик одобрения, 3 cheers for, 3 приветствия в честь, a heroine, героиня, mighty, мощный, hip, 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 hooray, гип, 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 ура, flame, пламя, to puff, пыхтеть, to puff out, вырываться клубами, a narrow escape, своевременное спасение, lucky, удачливый, счастливый, farmer, фермер, to echo, вторить как эхо, страница 353. Burnt, past participle от burn, staircase, лестница, to mix up, смешивать, grandpa, дедушка, detail, деталь, подробность, youth, юноша, worth, стоящий, to be worth, стоить, быть достойным, admiration, восхищение, to push the way, прокладывать путь, swarm, толпа, рой, to and fro, туда и сюда, взад и вперед, air fryer, крок, пожарный кран, to tug, тянуть, дергать, sleeve, рукав, mistaken, past participle от mistake, if I'm not mistaken, если я не ошибаюсь. Engine, мотор, to start the engine, завести мотор, fire engine, пожарная машина, to divert, отвлечь, no sooner than, едва только как, to come into sight, появиться, показаться, to hoot, гудеть, hooting, гудок автомобиля, to clatter, греметь, to jingle, бренцать, to bustle, суетиться, a bustle, суета, to surround, окружать, building, здание, строение, gigantic, гигантский, castle, замок, дворец, fire brigade, пожарная команда, to arrive, прибывать, to be burnt to the ground, сгореть дотла, bewildered, сбитый с толку, растерянный, to press, прижимать, задание. Translate into Russian. In her bright red dress, she looked like a big flower. В своем ярком красном платье она казалась большим цветком. The woman stood motionless, pale as death. Женщина стояла неподвижно, бледная, как смерть. His cheeks were white, and he looked much older. Его щеки были бледными, и он выглядел гораздо старше. I can't stand still when I see them running about. Я не могу стоять спокойно, когда вижу, как они бегают. Don't move, you may slip and fall down. Не шевелись, ты можешь поскользнуться и упасть. If he had invited me before, I should have come, of course. Если бы он пригласил меня раньше, я, конечно, пришел бы. Don't attract her attention. Не привлекайте ее внимание. She lost her balance and fell down. Она потеряла равновесие и упала. Страница 354. They say the doctor scolded her and locked her upstairs. Говорят, что доктор побранил ее и запер наверху. At last the town was left behind. Наконец город остался позади. Very carefully she raised the window and peeped out. Очень осторожно она подняла окно и выглянула. Страница 355. One more hour and they will see the old house with its red roof and tall white chimney. Еще час, и они увидят свой старый дом с его красной крышей и высокой белой трубой. I should have read the book to the end if he had not taken it away from me. Я прочел бы эту книгу до конца, если бы он не взял ее у меня. A minute later she was in her mother's arm, laughing happily. Через минуту она была в объятиях матери, смеясь от счастья. They gave 3 mighty cheers for the little heroine. Hip, 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 hooray! Они прокричали 3 мощных ура в честь маленькой героини. Гип, 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 ура! He would have given her your note if he had seen her yesterday. Он передал бы ей вашу записку, если бы он видел ее вчера. The stone staircase was very narrow and slippery. Каменная лестница была очень узкой и скользкой. Упражнение 3. Translate into Russian. Have you ever seen scarlet lizard? No, I haven't, though I've read about them. Are lizards animals or birds? They are neither animals nor birds. What are they? They're reptiles. They're reptiles. What do people say on someone's birthday? They say many happy returns of the day. I wish you good luck. The freckled boy attracted Jimmy's attention. Jimmy did not pay any attention to him. Can you walk along a narrow log across a river? No, I can't. I always lose my balance. Упражнение 4. Translate into English. Упражнение 5. Translate using a dictionary if necessary. A joke. Now, Jimmy, put a penny there on the table next to my penny. Jimmy puts a penny on the table. Страница 356. I am now going to ask you some questions. If you answer yes or no, your penny is mine. Otherwise, my penny is yours. Do you know this joke? No. Taking Jimmy's penny. See, you've lost. Страница 356, упражнение 6. Write the antonyms of the italicized words and translate them into Russian. I'm proud of you. I'm cold. Put on your coat. She allowed him to go. He was such a clever boy. Are your hands dirty? They have lost my book. I can't remember it. She could not help crying. It's time to get up. Turn on the light, please. Did he keep his promise? We woke up early. He got sight of him. Her shoes were dirty. Her shoes were dry. He is a brave man. She is a good girl. He hid behind our house. The rain began at 4. We say a thick cloud of dust.